Wednesday's program where devotees present from Srimad Bhagavatam. Our current theme is prayers for protection, where pure devotees, when they are in difficult situation, they are praying to Lord Krishna for getting them out of the situation. They're completely surrendering. With that theme in mind, today we have very wonderful devotees presenting. We have SatyaRupa Prabhu, RasamayiLakshmiPriya Mataji and Samanvitha. Prabhu, over to you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thanks for welcoming us, and thank you all the devotees who have joined and giving their association. And it's my pleasure to speak regarding the prayers. So Samanvitha, read the verse. Before that, I will share my screen. Which one? Oh, this. One minute. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yatrupatamaham vande Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Harihi Om. So today I'm going to speak few words regarding Mother Uttara's prayers. So Samanvitha recite the sloka.
Uttaro uvacha pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tvad abhyam pasye yatra mrityu parasparam. Uttara said, O Lord of Lords, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystics. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality.
The next sloka. Okay. Yeah.
Abhidravati Mamisha Sarastapayaso Vibho Kamam Dahatu Mam Nata Mame Garbho Nipatyatam. O my Lord, you are all powerful. A fiery iron arrow is coming towards me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally, if you so desire, but please do not let it burn and abort my embryo. Please do me this favor, my Lord.
You want to explain background? Okay. Yes. The background of this prayer. Yeah, Samanvitha, can you want to explain?
The background is Krishna was about to leave from Hastinapur to Dwaraka after Kurukshetra war and Rajasuya sacrifice. As soon as he was seated himself on the chariot, he saw Uttara running towards him in fear, crying out for help to protect her. The Lord at once understood that Ashwadama had thrown Brahmastra weapon to finish the last heir in the Pandavas family.
So, I want to talk about a few minutes about why these prayers so important for us. There are so many places we have prayers like Gajendra, Bhishma Stuti, and Mother Kunti prayers, and so on, Dhruva and Prahlada prayers. So just little bit I want to emphasize the importance of the prayers. And one of the Radhika Raman's Prabhu lecture I was hearing, and when he is glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, he told, like, when he is younger days, whenever his mother asked him to read, or he himself reading Bhagavatam, so he used to skip the prayers, and the same repeated, you are the Lord of the all three worlds, and you are the protector, you are the like master of all those things, and please protect me. So he get bored because his features, any of the prayers of any of these devotees in the similar lines. So then he realized it later and understood. And even I wanted to think about these prayers, why these prayers are required for us, and how it is important to us. And just I want to talk about that. So prayer, in the Sanskrit, it is vandanam, right? Vandanam is one of the devotional service which Prahlad Maharaj explained. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vandanam, Archanam, these Atmanivedanam, all these different 9 services. So Vandanam is one of the devotional service. So if you see that, like many other devotees who have took one is the primary path they have taken, and all supporting also. So any of these paths they have to reach the love of God, to reach the love of the God. So this vandanam is an important part of the devotional service, and it is a vital limb, and it is a way by which we can personally connect with Krishna, so in a very sweet and close way. Now there are, like, Rupa Goswami also talks about the 64 items of devotional service, and there is described that the prayers can be our own composed prayers, or prayers can be recited prayers of a devotee, Lord's intimate devotee. So one of the 64 service, devotional service, is prayers. So this is also one service. And so often we confuse, right? So which prayers can we recite? It first and foremost in this thing is from which we are getting inspiration, by reading the prayer, by reading the translate that slokas and translation, which is more inspiring inspiring us. That we need to see what inspire us the most. That is the main part to choose the prayer. And which are the things which we can connected most, directly or intimately. Say if we like the pastime of Gajendra, and the Gajendra prayers we are able to connect with easily, or if we like the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj, then Prahlad Maharaj prayers we would be able to connect with easily. That is the main thing we can, because it is resembling our mood and that particular devotee mood. And it is not necessary that we have to recite all the verses in the prayer, although it is nice if we can do that. The important thing is we have a connection with Krishna through this vandanam, these prayers. So we want to from which prayer we are getting inspiration. And the second one is, it is helps us to establish the connection with Krishna. So we feel that we are caught up by some anarthas, and we wanted to come out of that, and then we can recite the prayers of Gajendra, because he is also in the clutches, caught by the crocodile, right? Say similarly, we are also like in the clutches of this material world, and we are too attached with this material world. If we want to come out of that, then we can. It is like the physical pain she is undergo, that elephant, and we are the material pain, we stuck in that. So we can take the Gajendra prayers. If you want to focus more on the principles of pure devotion with a mood of satisfying the Lord, then Prahlad Maharaj prayers are also very good. Now, Dhruva prayers talk about how we caught up in, even when we have an opportunity for the devotional service, still we caught up with the worldly things. Like Dhruva Maharaj also, he is a king. He can adjust with there, but he don't want to adjust with that. So he want to he's also come out of that. Like he want out of that material clutches, he want to come to that perfection, right? Seeking for the perfection. So we can take that. And Bhishma prayers are especially very good for contemplating the final moments of death and preparing for those moments. So Bhishma prayers are very good for that. It is not that like we need to take at these moments only. These are the some clues where we can see that. On top of that, like we already discussed, where we are getting inspiration, that is important. And so that we can we will talk what else we need to see. The prayers of Kunti Marani is also very good, especially when we are facing a challenge in terms of say going away from the devotee association. So when she is getting separated from Krishna's Kunti Marani prayed. So in that way, like when we are getting a devotee going away from the devotee association, we can take Kunti Marani's prayers. So then often repetition or helps us develop a connection. So example, so we recite the Damodarastakam during the month of Kartik. We can see that whatever the starting and what is the ending, the day 1 and day 30, we can see that we will enjoy and we will because we are reciting daily the Damodarastakam, we will develop a taste in it. So that is a repetition of the prayers is also very important. Now these we recite every day, and over a period of time there is a sweet connection that happens with these prayers, and we look forward to them. And so now eagerly we will wait, oh tomorrow again I will do, and you will the enthusiasm and the sweet connection also develops. So it is good at least if you are starting to recite a particular set of prayers, you recite them at least for a few days, maybe a week or a fortnight or a month. Okay, and gradually emotional connection will be there. And the important point is that we become absorbed in the connected emotionally. So over the period, so if reading the translation helps, often it might be better. So it is like so thinking and willing and acting. So some people will more connected easily through thinking, some people more acting. So what we can do is like we can do these prayers, we can first read the translation, so then we can sing the prayers, so that we will absorb it. So if we do Bhishma Stuti, say there are 11 prayers in the Bhishma Stuti and the last section. So instead of reciting all 11 prayers daily, we may decide that I will recite one verse daily 11 times. So that will like we will get memorized, and we will also get hold of it. So the principle we are trying to have connected with Krishna emotionally, based on the emotion of the great Vaishnavas, that will help us, that will give us the spiritual strength and capacity to call out the Krishna. So not only these prayers, some other prayers from Vaishnava Bhajan book, if we take those also, so we will get the spiritual strength. Only thing is, whenever we are trouble, it is easy to say I will call the Krishna, but whenever we are really in the trouble, are we able to call Krishna or not? That is the main point. Otherwise, whenever trouble comes, we will try for our material strengths. We want to use our material strength to overcome that the problem. So are we able to call or not? So that is the another point. So by repeating that, we will get to that platform. If not in the words which we, so suppose if we are if we are memorizing that, so So we might not be able to repeat in the trouble the as it is the same prayer, but at least we can memorize and put it in our words. So Gajendra also remembered whatever the prayers it remembered in earlier life, the same she could remember and pray to the Lord. So that the I want to just myself to convince to read and to know the importance of prayers. So I did that. So we'll come to we'll come to that Uttara prayers. So immediately when she prayed and Prabhupada explained in purport, Krishna is realized and he understood that Aswadhama released the weapon. So don't look at me. So released the weapon. So that weapon is going to end that whatever the embryo in the Uttara. So immediately Lord took a small form and protected Uttaras. So what Prabhupada is saying, the main point is Uttara in her prayer, she said, "You are the only protector in the dual nature." So in this dual nature where birth and death and knowledge and ignorance, happiness and distress, if we these or this the dual nature, whereas in spiritual platform there is no death, only eternity, there is no sadness, only bliss, and Satchit Ananda, there is no ignorance, only intelligence. So in this dual nature only protector is Krishna. So that is how she approached immediately, though many of their uncles are there, and she is directly approached Krishna because she had that knowledge. And Krishna also, like he is very favorable to his devotees. So that is the reason she don't want to end the life of Maharaj Parikshit. He knows that he is going to be a great ruler. He is going to establish dharma. So he want to save. So one is he want to save the Pandavas sons and that dynasty. The second one is like he don't want to end the life of the great devotee. That is another thing. So the same all family members of Pandavas were completely dependent on the protection of the Lord. Therefore Lord protected all of them in the all circumstances. So that's what the here the father, I am just wrote this, the father is more attentive to the little son who is exclusively dependent on the father. If father has 3 4 sons and one son he is able to handle the situation by himself, father will pay little less attention. But the person who is exclusively dependent on the father, if father I am in this trouble, then father definitely look after that son. That's what I want to say. The um, this the Lord is the only shelter of fearlessness for the surrendered soul. This is the point Prabhupada mentioning there in the purport. So Krishna is protection in that Bhagavad Gita 9.29. Krishna says, "I envy to no one, nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also friend to him." So that sloka is, you want to read?
समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेषोऽस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम्.
So like Krishna is reciprocates according to the quality or the degree of the devotional service. The degree of to the degree we are surrendering to the Krishna, that the same degree he is going to reciprocate us. If we are sincerely surrendering and we are praying and taking the shelter, he is definitely going to save us. So he is saying that I am an envy to no one and nor I am partial to anyone. But for devotees, he is like more. He is a friend. So once Prabhupada, this example also I want to say that once Prabhupada visited African country, so they don't know all these the knowledge from the east. So one there is only one bathroom. One morning, everybody is standing in line, and Prabhupada is also standing somewhere in that line. And later on, after that, Prabhupada taught all of them, you need to give a way to spiritual master. You need to serve the spiritual master. So all these things, and how to serve, how to give importance to the spiritual master and all. So Prabhupada don't want the respect from them, but he want to teach them. In the similar way, like he don't want respect. He will be there few days, he can go, or like he will come back. But only thing he wants to teach how to serve the spiritual master. In the similar way, these prayers, Krishna and like Srimad Bhagavatam teaching us, it is not required to it is these prayers are not Krishna is not expecting, but it will help us to develop love towards Krishna. That is what I want to establish that point. Krishna also demonstrated us how to pray to him and by his intimate devotees. So few learnings. Devotees are always dependent on Krishna and protected by him all the time. So this is proven again and again. Prahlad Maharaj, in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, he come as a Hiranya, he come as a Narsimha Dev, and various occasions to protect the devotees. To protect us from the fiery arrows, weapons, anarthas attacking us externally and internally at each moment, we should also become fiery with our prayer, following the footsteps of Mother Uttara. So this is how we can understand those prayers. And if any shortcomings in our sadhana, like not able to chant properly, study scriptures, hectic work life causing impediment to our devotional service, we need to pray sincerely to the Lord Krishna. We often think that all the material problems only we need to go Krishna, but anything I'm not able to chant, that also we can go to Krishna only, because he is the only person like give that accommodate the situation may come like environment friendly to do our sadhana. So that's it. And Samanvitha is going to do another prayer. This thing, right? Oh, share screen. Okay. No. This is already shared. Where Mataji, you are able to see the screen, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The cowherd boy is praying for protection from the forest fire. The sloka is Krishna Krishna Mahavira He Rama Mogha Vikrama Davagnina Dahyamanan Prapannam Stratumar. The cowherd boy said, O Krishna, most powerful one, O Rama, you whose prowess never fails, please save your devotees who are about to be burned by this forest fire and have come to take shelter of you. The next sloka. Nunam tvad Krishna Nacharyantyavasaditum Vayam hi sarvadharmagnaha Dvannatastvatparayanah. Krishna, certainly your own friends shouldn't be destroyed. O knower of the nature of all things, we have accepted you as our Lord, and we are so surrendered unto you. In the background, while Krishna and Balarama and their friends were engaged in the pastimes, the cows, being unobserved, began to wander off on their own, entering further and further into the deepest part of the forest, allured by fresh grasses. The goats, cows, and buffalo traveled from one forest to another and entered the forest known as Ishikadavi. This forest was full of green grass, and therefore they were allured. But when they entered, they saw that there was a forest fire and began to cry. On the other side, Krishna and Balarama, along with their friends, could not find their animals, and they became very much aggrieved. They began to trace the cows by following their footprints, as well as the path of eating grass. All of the boys were fearing that their very means of livelihood, the cows, were now lost. When searching out the cows in the forest, they themselves became very tired and thirsty. Soon, however, they heard the crying of their cows. Krishna began to call the cows by their respective names with great noise. Upon hearing Krishna calling, the cows immediately replied with joy. But this time the forest fire had surrounded all of them, and the situation appeared to be very fearful. The flames increased as the wind blew very quickly, and it appeared that everything movable and immovable would be devoured. All the cows and boys became very frightened, and they looked toward Balarama and Krishna. Krishna told them to close their eyes, and he swallowed the entire forest fire. The important points are: the cowherd boys are praising Krishna as the Bhakta Vatsala. As in the Kurukshetra war, Krishna broke his own promise to help his devotees, and he is very dear to his devotees. The cowherd boyfriends of Krishna are praising him in many different ways. We should also include praising in our prayer and not just ask. He is the knower of everything. So when we get into danger, we should faithfully seek out to Krishna and not anyone else, knowing that he is the only one that can save us. So, how to make a prayer? We need to make a 3-part prayer. First, we need to glorify Krishna. Then we need to tell how sinful we are. And we should not ask, I want this thing and I want that, because they are temporary. So, and we should ask, could you deliver me from this material world?
Hare Krishna Mataji, that's all. You have anything? No.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Mataji, and Samanvitha. That was a very wonderful class, excellent. And Samanvitha's point of we should also include praises in our prayers and not just keep ask us was brilliantly made, very touching and inspiring. And Prabhu, how you explained the importance of prayers and every pure devotee's prayers, what is the significance and how we should recite the prayers, and also about Uttara's prayers. So overall, a really wonderful class. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you, Samanvitha, for the wonderful recitation. And thank you, Mataji, for supporting. With that, we conclude today's program. I just want to make a quick announcement. I have shared the theme of the next set of prayers, which is Gajendra's Prayers of Surrender. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, text 1 to 29. We'll be starting from the new year, January 6th. Request devotees to sign up. I've already got a few sign-ups. So request devotees start sending me so that I can start filling up the slots. With that, thank you everyone for joining today. We'll see you all next week. And next week will be the last session for prayers for protection. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, it was very nice, Prabhu. And Saman, good job. Hare Krishna.
I repeated whatever the other teachers they said as Prabhu.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you.